5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
All right, people, what up? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's poppin'? You tuned into The Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. So what's good, Miles? What's happening? How's life?
Chilling, man. It's getting cold, son. Cuffing season is in full effect.
I know it was like nice one day, then now it's like back in the 30s and the 20s out here where I'm at in New York City. How is it in Florida though? Is it cold out there too?
It's cold out here too. Yeah.
Oh damn, that's fucked up.
It's like 40 degrees out here.
Damn, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked. Yeah. That's how you know it's cold when it's cold in the hot, places, man. Shit. But anyway. Yeah. So listen, we're gonna take a quick break today. We're gonna be talking about when to charge a chick to the game, okay? Because dudes be y'all be holding on to these chicks that be fucking shit up. So we gotta talk about that soon. But we'll be right back after these messages on the Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
All right, we are back on the Bad Boy Show. Yeah, man. So there's been some shit in the news. You feel me? We gotta talk about that shit. So first, your boy Kanye West. He's wilding out again. He had a concert. I think it was in Sacramento or something like that, and he did like 3 songs, and then he did like a rant. And then he was like, I'm out this bitch. And he just bounced. You feel me? So he was gone. He was like, and so, the crowd was upset. They was chanting, fuck Kanye. They was just mad as hell. So the stories now is that, those Sacramento people supposedly are getting, a refund. And I think he was actually supposed to be doing another show. Where's the other show at? I can't remember exactly where the other show's at, but he had a next show that was coming up, and he canceled that show too. So I don't know what's going on with this dude. And I'm just like what's really happening? You feel me? And then he was, he was doing these rants, and he was talking about, he was basically telling Jay-Z, like, he's like, I know you got some shooters or some shit. He was like, I know you got some people, don't send them and shoot me or some shit like that. He's basically saying like, look, I know I'm talking all this shit, but please don't send these Illuminati niggas to come get me. You feel me?
Kill me.
So that's what he's on right now.
Right.
See, because
Kanye West got to be careful because, he is like, he makes a lot of money for a lot of big time people, and he gotta be careful, like, cause the thing with Kanye, like, he's such a fucking he's such an idiot, cause the thing with him is he's like a double-edged sword because he can make a lot of money, like he's talented,
right?
He's basically a genius, but on the flip side, he's also a fucking retard, like,
right.
Like, no offense or nothing, because I know when he's not supposed to use that word, but what I'm saying is, like, he obviously has some type of, like, condition brain-wise. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Where he's a little bit more out there than the average person. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's a touch of bipolar, maybe he's a little bit autistic, maybe it's Asperger's, whatever. But it's something. Something's up with him. He's not just a genius, like, because a genius is a smart person who knows, look, I can't just fucking go do 3 songs and then cancel the show. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, geniuses don't do shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're a real genius, you would come up with a reason or an apology and make the apology so damn good that the people wouldn't even want a refund. They would be like, "Oh, we totally understand, and we love you, Kanye, so you can keep the money," type of thing. You feel me?
But see, the thing with Kanye though is Kanye, he's like he's like a real dude, but he's in a fake ass industry. So the thing is, because he was ranting talking about, yo, you know, all these people out here, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce and all these niggas, they be talking all this politics shit, and, you know, Jay-Z ain't called my phone, and we were supposed to be talking about shit, and he acting like he don't know a nigga, you know, that type of vibe. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, me and you, Miles, we know how it is in the industry where, cause we, you know, we used to do music and do all that other shit. And just even in general, like, you know, the fact that we're business people, we're businessmen, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. So you run across motherfuckers who are on fake shit all day. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you in this business, or when you're, you know, business in general, like, just think about, you know, anybody at their job. You know how fake shit is. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yep, so Kanye is right. So Kanye's probably trying to have a real moment with people, but it's like you can't, because you dealing with all the bullshit that comes along with being in the fake situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he even said it in what's that song? Stronger. I think he was like, you should be honored by my lateness, that I will even show up to this fake shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
He been said that shit.
Right.
So he's, I think part of it is that he's suffocating in the fake shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And now he's like trying to speak about it, and it's just like, he looks crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Cause a real nigga is gonna look crazy in a room full of fake motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
So
but it's still the way you go about it, though, homie.
Right. That's the thing.
Way you go about it, like, you gotta move correctly. Like, you gotta move cool. You know?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
That's my only real problem with Kanye, because when I say that he's a genius, I really mean that. Like, I feel like the nigga is a brilliant person. Like, he's really brilliant. But when I see him, like, to me, a lot of the times he acts like a spoiled child.
Right, exactly.
And that's the part I can't take. Like, of course, it's a lot of fake shit, and a lot of these industry people are terrible, terrible people. But you got to know how to move. You got to move correct, man. You got to move like a man. Like, you can't move like a kid.
Exactly. Yeah, right. That's the thing that's like his delivery's all fucked up. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Right. Because you know what? Like, let me tell you. Remember the other day when Kim Kardashian got robbed or whatever?
Right.
The nigga got mad at Jay-Z because Jay-Z didn't come to his house.
Right.
Now, from what I understand with the story, I heard that either Jay-Z or Beyonce called them to ask if everything was okay, but they didn't go to the house. And Kanye was like, yo, you didn't come to my house to see if we was all right. Like, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're a grown-ass man. Like,
he's extra with it.
I don't really need to come to your house. Plus, I'm a busy person too.
Right.
And I have a family. I have a child. Like, why do I need to stop what we're doing to come to your house? And on top of that, I don't even know if, you know, like, the news says y'all all right. I called you to make sure y'all all right. So y'all all right. What's the point?
Right,
Of
exactly.
coming to your house necessarily.
Exactly.
But you just felt like Jay-Z should have took the time to come to his house and make sure they was okay. And I'm just like, see, it's that type of shit that would make people, like, look at you. And then not only that, you're going to go on stage and rant about it and try to, you know, make people look at me a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But see, that's another thing that's Kanye's problem. And it's like, see, it's almost like both things, two things that happen at the same time. One thing that's happening, and which is a problem, is that when Kanye and Jay chilled, right? Jay was probably talking, because Jay did the same shit to Beanie Siegel. This is all Beanie Siegel got confused because Jay-Z acts like he's your friend. You feel what I'm saying? Kanye, and to a certain extent, you could say Beanie, because Beanie Siegel is in the streets. You know, he's on some, you know, it is what it is type shit, right? So them niggas thought Jay-Z was for real. You feel what I'm saying? So when real shit happened, were you expecting like a friend to do something? You feel what I'm saying? And then then he don't do it. You feel like, yo, what the fuck? You feel what I mean? But they got it confused. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why, and you know, that's what happens with a lot of real niggas is that you assume other people's real like you, but it's not like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
right.
But that's why you got to peep game, because you got to step back and see, okay, you know, understand what the situation you're actually in. Like, you got to understand what the real situation is. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that's the thing that Kanye don't understand. Like, he gets shit twisted, and he's like, yo, Jay, how come you ain't call me? How come you ain't do this? And Jay's looking at this nigga like, yo, my nigga, like, this shit was just business, my nigga. What you talking about? Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it, man. I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway. So in other rap news, Phife Dawg got a street named after him. You got to clap that up.
Yes.
So you know, that was cool.
God.
It's on the corner of like 192nd and Linden Boulevard. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's terrible. I don't even know where that is.
Queens.
That's in Queens, right? So so they called it like Malik Phife Dawg. What's his last name? Something that's Taylor, terrible. I don't even know his last name. It's terrible. But anyway, but he got the street named after him. You know what I'm saying? Right. That shit is cool, you know. But why they always got to do shit when niggas die? Like, damn, can't we get shit when niggas is alive? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, son, you're not important when you're alive.
Exactly, right?
You're not important.
Exactly. As soon as you're dead, that's when niggas want to say all the good shit about you. They want to, you know what I'm saying? Watch, I bet you as soon as me and you die, it's going to be 1 million niggas on the Bad Boy membership. Watch, it's going to be like, yo.
Yeah, Taylor, Malik Phife Dawg Taylor Way.
Right.
In the Boulevard. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, when they realize that they can't get the videos that you do every day, when they realize those are gonna stop,
right?
Then niggas gonna be like, oh my god, I gotta get them on the membership so I can have access to all of this great content.
Exactly.
It's gone now. It's fucked up.
Oh man, that shit's crazy. But anyway,
you're gonna have to write a good will.
For real, because this shit is ridiculous. But anyway, so in other news, Mike Pence, who's the vice president, for those who don't follow, or the soon-to-be vice president elect, exactly. He got booed at the Hamilton show, and the Hamilton show was like this really big Broadway show where it cost like $12,000 for a ticket. No, not $12,000. That's $1,200 for a ticket. And so he was going to the Hamilton show, and then when he was walking in, the audience was booing him. You feel what I'm saying? And so, and then what happened was the cast of Hamilton at the end of the show, they basically did this little speech to him saying, "Yo, you know, Mike Pence, you need, you know, we're out here. We're scared of what Trump is going to do, so you and him need to really do right by us," and all this other crazy shit. And I'm just like, man, like, and it's funny because then Trump basically said that he wants Hamilton, the cast, and whoever owns it to apologize to Mike Pence. So I'm like, wow, like, freaking Trump is gangster. You did all that bullshit in your campaign, and you telling these niggas to fucking apologize. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I'm kind of with Trump on this one though. I'm kind of with Trump because nigga, I paid money to come see your fucking play.
Right.
Like, don't be spending, like, if the audience gonna boo and shit, that's one thing. Because the audience is the audience. It's people. It's a collection of public people. But you are on stage. That means you are providing me a service that I paid for.
Right.
I didn't pay for your fucking opinions and your, a fucking speech about, what me and my mans and them did the other day for the presidency and all of this and all that. I didn't pay you for that. You understand what I'm saying? So within the situation, there was wrong. You understand what I'm saying? To me, there was wrong. Like, if you were doing an outdoor demonstration or some shit, different story. But I paid to come see the fucking play. I'm in here. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You're providing me a service. I didn't. Just as a business standpoint, and just as as a regular person, I don't think he necessarily deserves that. It's because there's a time and place for everything, especially when I'm paying for something. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Because from his perspective, it's like, yo, I just paid y'all niggas, you know, what, $1,200 to get in this bitch. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I didn't ask you. I didn't give a fuck. I ain't ask you for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing with all this, you know, all this social justice warrior shit. Everybody feel like, you know, they gotta have something to say and blah blah blah. Like,
right,
nigga, just do the play. Like, I paid to see a play. That's all I came to see. Like,
right,
fuck out of here.
He should go on TV and say that shit too. That should be funny. He be like, yo,
you sure? That's what the shit. Yo, man, niggas don't want me in no fucking guy. Niggas that hate me.
He should have been like, yo, if y'all motherfuckers don't get on that stage and start rapping and singing or whatever the fuck y'all supposed to be doing and do your shit. Oh man, that shit's crazy, man. Oh man, but anyway, in other Trump news, so Trump, he settled a $25 million lawsuit for Trump University. I didn't even know there was a fucking place called Trump University or some shit.
Oh yeah,
like,
he made some fake school or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
so he had to pay these niggas $25 million to, you know, get that shit nipped in the butt. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just like, God damn. I'm like, yo, this dude is that rich where he's just like, look, just give him the 25 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
God damn. It's just like,
Trump is a billionaire.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. Why
would definitely do that?
See, why would Trump even bother to be the president? Like, why would you, like, get a job when you a fucking billionaire? I don't get it. Like, why? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I don't know. Need to be, yo, for real.
Yo, like, why would you do that? Like, I'm like, you got all this responsibility now. You could have just been chilling. And it ain't like it don't look like he has a passion for, you know, politics and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, why? Why'd you sign up for this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
again, I mean, he's only obligated to do it for 4 years.
Right.
And he gets his guaranteed salary and health care for the rest of his life.
Right, that's true. So
you know, it's still a good look.
Still a good business move.
It's still a good business move because no matter what, you'll have. I checked it the other day, and the salary for the president is like
400,000, right?
450,000.
Right. See,
450,000 now. So he's basically getting $500,000 a year for the rest of his life, no matter what.
Right.
All his businesses could fail, and he's still $500,000 in.
Right. That's crazy.
Life. So I mean, it's still cool.
Right. Damn.
Oh, and it's four. Check this out. It's 400,000 as your base salary, and 50,000 for an expense. It's like an expense fund or an expense like allowance or some shit.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So like Air Force One and you know all that type of shit. That's $50,000 worth. Wow.
You see, it's just like, you know, when I hear shit like this, I'm just like, why would anybody want a job? I don't get it. Why would anybody want to work for people? I mean, I know people don't want to work, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, why? Like, if I meet some dude, he's talking about, yeah, I just settled this lawsuit for 25 million and I just got this new gig where I'm going to make 450,000 every year just off the strength. I'm be like, what? Oh man. Shit, it just makes me mad. It just makes me so mad. Fucking whack, man.
but that's all taxpayer money though. That's the cool part.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but anyway.
Yeah.
So in other news, there was a Florida teacher who allegedly told the black students in his school, don't make me call Donald Trump and get you sent back to Africa. Oh man. Your racism is funny though. Like seriously, like they need to have a new original Netflix series. Just call it Racism and just have it's just random videos of racist shit that's online. Like, like yo, this shit. Oh my god, that's crazy. Because they had actually another teacher who I don't know if you saw the video of this, but it was her in the classroom, and it was her teaching these black kids, and they were, loud or whatever. And she said some shit like, "Oh, you guys are you need to calm down. You acting like punk ass niggers," or some shit like that. And so so I think she got fired or what? I don't know, some bullshit. But it's just funny to me because it's like, man, like it's so much of that shit going on out there, because it's like, how do you, my question is, how do you not be racist? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I feel like it's impossible to not be racist. You feel what I mean? Like, because you're in a world where you're bombarded with it all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So even if let's say you're a white person and you're like, you know what, I'm white, but I'm not racist. I love everybody. I don't have an issue with other people. You feel what I'm saying? And then when something happened where you're dealing with a black dude or somebody else, and you're trying to tell me that somewhere deep inside your gut, you don't want to say, "Yo, shut the fuck up, nigger." Like, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to say that seriously as a white person. Like, you don't want to pull that card out. You don't want to, it's like automatic. It's like subconscious. It's just like, cause you're in this world that affords, that has conditioned you to react that way. So how are you, like, I want to meet, like, how are you not racist? I don't understand how do you not be racist? Because even saying I'm not racist, you sort of have to think about racism. And then by thinking about racism, you're subconsciously putting racist thoughts in your head. So then when you do bump into that black guy or black person or Asian person, whoever, and then the racism comes out. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm racist. I'm racist. You know what I'm saying? I am very racist.
But see, they say
I would consider myself a casual racist.
You said you're a casual racist?
I'm a socially casual racist, and let me explain how I mean. Like, if somebody's telling me a story, right? They're like, "Yo, something today. You know what happened? Dude, some dude got beat up in the mall today, right?"
Right.
The first question I have to ask is, was the dude black or white?
Right.
Like, was it a black dude or was it a white dude? Because, like you said, we're all kind of racist, and it's like no story is complete until I get an understanding of what race we're dealing with in the context of the story. Because the world that we live in, it's like, well, if it was a black dude, then you probably thinking, oh, he was probably doing some nigga shit and he got fucked up in the mall, right?
Right.
But then if it's a white dude, then you think, well, maybe he was drunk or something, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or he was some white boy shit. He was doing some white boy shit and got fucked up in the mall.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, and it's not right. I'm not saying it's right, but it's like everything about even the story that's being told or the context of the situation, race has something to do with it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
in even the smallest way, I think everybody's racist, and me personally, I accept it, right?
Right.
But I've always said that there's a difference between, like, casual or social racism,
right.
and then there's institutional racism, where when you come to the bank and you ask for a loan, you understand, and because you're a black guy, I tell you, you can't get the loan. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you try to get a job, and because you're black, you don't get the job, and then. Or when you're white and you do get the job, you understand what I'm saying?
Right. But see, the thing is, I don't
like that type of racism. I believe in fairness when it comes to those situations.
Right.
But in regular life, racism exists, and it's always going to be some type of thing with racism. Always.
It's crazy, but see, the thing is, I don't think that black people technically can be racist though. They always have that argument. And they're like, what are you talking about? Right. Black people could be racist. I'm like, no, black people can't be racist. That's like, okay, that's like if I'm bullying you in the school, I'm the school bully, right? And I punch you in the head every day. And then you say to me, hey, I don't like that you're punching me. You're being a bully, or you punch me back for being a bully. Are you now a bully for punching me back? No, you're responding to me being a fucking bully. You feel what I'm saying? So how the hell are black people racist? If all the racism has been, you know what I'm saying? Like,
put one way, right?
Right. You see what I mean? Like, so it's like you could be prejudiced. You could be like, you know, oh, I just don't, you know, on an individual level, be like, I don't like a white person just off the bat. You feel what I'm saying? But I think collectively, black people can't be racist. You feel what I'm saying? Like on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, in that type of way, definitely. But that's why I'm saying it still has to do, well, that's why I differentiate institutional.
Right.
Because most of the institutions are owned by white people.
Right, exactly.
So, basically it's like there's racism that has power, and then there's racism that doesn't really affect anybody.
Right,
so, like,
right.
if you're telling me the story, was a guy black or white? That's me being racist.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Because I have to inject some type of racism into the story. You can't just say, oh, a guy got beat up. My first thing is like, yo, it was a guy black or white.
Right.
Now, that's me being racist, but it doesn't affect anybody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you coming for if somebody's coming in for a job and I'm like, all right, so what are his qualifications? And they're like, well, he's this, that, he's this and that, and we have 6 other candidates that have the same shit. And then when I say to the person, all right, is he black or white? And then if he's black, give him the job. If he's not, don't give him the job. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Then that affects people. That changes people's lives because somebody could have got the job that should have got the job, and you're giving the job based on racism. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's different. To me, it's different situations where racism has a certain amount of power, and then the other situations, it's like, well, you're just telling me a story, and I want to find out if the guy's black or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it doesn't really affect anybody. So I don't know.
It's complicated, man. That shit crazy, man.
Yeah.
This is why, you know, this is why everybody should just fuck everybody from different races, and then we'll all be mixed up, and then we can have something else to complain about and be, you know, differentiate ourselves against. So then we'll just be fighting tall people and short people. You feel what I'm saying? Like that'll be the new thing, you know, because human beings are idiots. You have to understand that. This is why we're even fighting about race and all that other dumb shit that don't even make sense. You feel me? Right. But you know, it is what it is. But anyway, before we go on break, let's do a listener email real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see what this says. Oh, this looks kind of long, but we'll try to get through this. Hold on. You be sending me freaking books and shit, man. Okay, so this one says, hey, Mr. Locario, I've confidently been using direct game for almost 2 years and have not had a single lay from using this type of game. I always get the boyfriend excuse or woman come up with other excuses like, oh, I'm late for work, walk away, or I feel shy and embarrassed, or they just straight up reject me. When I open with a compliment and try to flirt immediately. I know there are tons of attention whores out here these days, but man, I have just been really patient with this new approach, but it's not working. I've had many women who initially were interested in nice to me, but as soon as I compliment and flirt with them to open the conversation in a confident way, they don't cooperate. Should I just go back to indirect game? I've tried mixing both games a lot, but indirect is more work and feels like I'm trying to warm the woman up to my personality / vibe. I should not have to do that, or should I still use direct approaches? I feel as though indirect approaches will give me the same BS responses, but will just take them longer to reject me. I've approached thousands of women, and I've noticed culturally, Black and Hispanic women like direct game more, and white and Asian women like indirect game. I sometimes get shut down as soon as I open with a compliment, and some women have been hurt in the past by manipulative guys and let their anger out on me by being really angry and mean. And I think I give off the player vibe with direct game. Please help me. This is making me frustrated and angry, and I'm a patient dude. All right. So basically, you're saying that you're trying direct game and it's not working for you and all this other stuff. And this is the thing. I think a lot of times when dudes think they're being direct, they're not really being direct. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes what happens is that when you're trying to talk to the girl and you're sort of like, trying to be direct, you're still sort of beating around the bush. You're still like, you're not really confident about what you're saying. You're not really fully letting a chick know what it is. And then also too is that what's happening is that you're making the rejections or the, responses that the chicks are giving you, you're making that affect how you go about doing your thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you get rejected, and if you internalize that, and if you make that fuck with you, that affects how you approach the next girl, or that comes off in the interaction that you're doing with the next chick. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so the thing is that, you have to sort of like be really, you have to be really like sure of yourself when you're going direct, because you're asking, oh, should I go direct or should I go indirect? So it seemed like a lot of times while you're probably talking to the girls, you're flip flopping while you're in the situation, because it's okay to go direct. It's okay to go indirect, but you have to pick one and do it in that moment. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't be doing two, 3, 4 things at the same time. Then it's going to come off like, it's not going to come off really, smooth, because you even said in this, you were like, sometimes I try to mix it up. You're not supposed to, you don't really mix it up. You just either do one thing or the other. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And so I think what's happening is that while you're doing what you're trying to do, you're probably like not really going direct. When you're trying to be indirect, you're not really being indirect. So you have to sort of figure out what you're trying to do in the moment and just stick with it. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that could be one of the things. Another thing too is that, I'm not really there with you, so I can't really tell other things that you're doing that might cause the situations to not go the way they need to go. Because what most guys don't understand is that when you're interacting with women and you're approaching women and all these other different things, everything matters that you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So for example, you might be talking to the girl and you're so nervous, you're not even looking her in the eyes. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't even notice that. And that's the thing. Like, she can see like you're nervous. You can see that you're not really sure of yourself. And then you're coming off nervous. And then that's the thing that can make it not really go the way you needed to go. But you're thinking, oh, it's just because I'm being direct and she's not responding to me being direct. But it can be something else that she's not responding to. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you got to sort of work on in order to make, the situations go the way that they need to go. Because you could walk up to a chick and you could say, oh, hey, what's up, girl? I think you're really sexy. I need to get your number here, take my number, whatever. You're saying all this stuff. You're being direct. But while you're saying it, you're not really confident in what you're saying. Your voice is shaking. You're not looking in her eyes. You're looking down at the floor. Like, all these different things can come across where I don't really know because I'm not there with you. So that could be something else that could be stopping you from getting shit popping. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So, but the thing is this, is that I think what most guys need to understand is that if you are going direct, indirect, doesn't really fucking matter. The point is that no matter which way you go, there's going to be women who are going to be feeling you. There's going to be women who are not going to be feeling you. Because you were saying there's certain girls who, they'll be mean, or they'll did this, or they'll reject you, or this happens or that happens. You have to understand that that's going to happen regardless, no matter, what you say, how you're saying it. There's going to be girls who are feeling you, who's going to be girls who's not going to feel you. The thing that's going to make it better for you and what's going to give you more success is that you have to be comfortable with yourself when you're talking to women. So if you talk to like 10 or 15 girls, instead of, like just getting one girl, you might get 6 or 7 of them. You understand what I'm saying? But that's based off of you being comfortable with yourself. But like I said, there's always going to be the girls who's going to reject you. So even you talk to 15, if you get 1 or 7, there's still a whole bunch of girls who you didn't get with. You feel what I'm saying? So I think a lot of guys are thinking, oh, is there a way that I can go direct or indirect to where I don't have to deal with a woman rejecting me? Is there a way I can do this so I don't have to deal with a girl being mean to me? Is there a way that I can do this so I don't have to deal with having to, whatever it is? You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is, you're going to have to deal with it no matter what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's really just you, going out there, because there's really because people always ask me, is it better to do direct or indirect? It doesn't really matter which one you do. One is not better than the other. All I tell guys is you have to do what makes you comfortable, because what makes you comfortable or makes you feel good while you're doing it is the thing that's going to benefit you when you're interacting with the girl. Because if you're comfortable, she'll be comfortable, and that's going to make a comfortable situation for something to progress. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of guys aren't comfortable being direct. You understand what I'm saying? Some guys are feel more comfortable being indirect. Some guys don't like being indirect because that makes them, they're not comfortable with it, or they feel like it's boring. They just want to get to the point, and then so they go direct. So it all depends on what works best for you. You feel what I'm saying? So, I've say, try both, and continue to go out there, but also try to figure out, and I always tell guys this, take a friend with you sometimes when you're talking to girls, because you might be doing something that you don't even realize, but your friend can point out because he's looking at you from the bird's eye view. You feel what I'm saying? And then he could be like, yo, I notice every time you're talking to these chicks, you always do this or you do that. You feel what I'm saying? And that could be the thing that you should work on to, make the shit pop for you. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So that's, that is what it is for that. All right, you want to say anything, Miles, before we?
I was just gonna say that, especially with being direct, you really gotta be concrete and confident in what you're saying to the girl.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Don't even blink. Look her dead in her fucking eye. Say whatever. Like, yo, you are sexy as fuck. I need your number so we can hook up tonight.
Exactly.
And whatever. And don't blink. Look her dead in her face, because a lot of times when you don't, when like you were saying, they could sense that you're uncomfortable or you're not. If you don't believe what you're saying, then they can't believe. So you have to really give off the vibe that you are dead serious about what you're saying, and because a lot of times it's not that chicks is not feeling you, is that they really don't think you feeling them. They think you're just saying some shit and playing around with them. Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of chicks, they have low self-esteem, and they're not thinking that you could just literally be that attracted to them right off the bat. You see what I'm saying? Right. So you walk up to her and be like, girl, I think you're the sexiest thing I've seen ever, and I just want to take your clothes off and do things to you. They looking at you like, this nigga's playing. Like, get the fuck out of my face. You see what I'm saying? Like, right. So you gotta really be, you gotta look at that in her eyes and have carry yourself a certain way. So when people feel you when you say what you say, like they feel like you mean what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Exactly. No, you gotta really have that. It's all about that energy, man. It's all about that freaking energy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you an example about myself. Like, mad chicks told me this shit. They're like, yo, a lot of times when you say shit, you sound mad sarcastic.
Right.
And it's a thing with me. It's a thing with me, and that's why it's really important to know who you are, truth is inside you, and all that stuff. Because I realize that, like, in a lot of situations, I really don't take females serious. Mm-hmm. So when I'm talking to them, it always sounds like I'm bullshitting.
Right.
Because it's like, I really like chicks for the most part. For me, like, I get more excited doing business and taking care of other things. Like with chicks, like, they're never really my number one thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of times when I'm approaching them or hollering at them, I sound like I'm bullshitting, because a lot of times I am, because I'm like, I don't got time for this bitch, but let me see what's up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the vibe I give off. So, you got to know yourself, know what you're saying, know how you carry yourself. And it's a good idea, like you said, to have somebody roll with you so they could kind of see from another perspective how you actually come off.
Exactly. Real talk, man. All right, so listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about when to charge a chick to the game. All right, you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. We'll be back in a second. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at pavionphoto.com. That's Pavion photo.com. Pavionphoto.com. Yeah, what up? We back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. Yeah, man. So we're talking about when to charge a chick to the game, or why should you charge a chick to the game? Well, first of all, let's talk about what that is for people that don't know. So when we talk about charging a chick to the game, that means basically, you know, kicking the chick to the curb, telling her it's over, it's done, you dumped her, it's a wrap, it's finished, right. Get out of here, scram, beat it, you know. It's like so you're basically telling her like, yo, it's a wrap, man, or you just sort of just like, you know, calling it a day with her, right? Now, right. The thing you guys got to understand is, when you're out here talking to different girls and you're getting numbers, you're interacting with chicks or whatever, you need to consistently, you know, charge chicks to the game. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to constantly do that. And the reason why you have to constantly charge chicks to the game is because when you're talking to different women, many different women, that's going to be automatic. It's going to happen. Like, because let's say, for example, within a week, let's say this week, you talk to maybe like 20, 30 girls. And then out of those 20, 30 girls, let's say you got like, you know, 8 numbers or some shit, right? And then out of those 8 numbers, right, you hit them up. And then out of those 8, you probably really like got in contact with maybe like 2 or 3 of them. You feel what I'm saying? So right. You have like, you know, like 4 or 5 girls or whatever that you're already charging to the game because you hit them up and then they didn't respond. So you just like, fuck it. They're gone. You understand what I'm saying? And then out of those right. 3, you see what's up with them. You probably go on a date with 1 or 2 of them. You go on a date with one of them and you see she's on some bullshit or whatever. And then you got to charge her to the game. You understand? See, the mistake that most guys do is that what they do is they go out, they talk to a girl here and there. They get a girl's number, probably 1 or 2 girls' numbers, and then they call those 2 girls. Those 2 girls don't respond back. Then they try to call those 2 girls again, and then again, and then again. And then, you know, if something happens, or let's say one of those girls actually goes out with the guy, right? And they hang out, and then he doesn't hear from her, and then he tries to call her again. So now it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and he's wasting time on this one girl. You feel what I'm saying? That he should have been charged to the game because she's not cooperating. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, you got to understand that there needs to be a constant rotation of you charging chicks to the game. There's got to be a constant rotation of you kicking chicks to the curb. And the reason why you also need to do this is because you need to mentally prepare yourself to get used to that. You understand? And this is the part that really, if you understand this aspect of the game, it's going to make shit way more easier for you, and it's going to make you way more attractive to women. So follow me here what I'm about to say, right? So if you have 2 guys, let's call guy A and guy B. So guy A is the type of guy who he meets a girl, or he's like, oh, she's the one, she's special. Oh, I gotta try to make something work with her. Guy B is the guy who's constantly talking to different girls, you know, hitting different girls up, getting different girls' numbers and all this other stuff, right? Now, what guy A is doing is that he meets a girl here, he meets a girl there, and he puts all of his energy into that one girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he's ignoring all these other girls. And then, so what happens is, by him putting all that energy into that one girl, what he does is he puts her on that pedestal, and then she sort of sees him as a guy who's not really a challenge, a guy who doesn't really have anything going for him because he's sweating her. He's trying to make something happen with her. And then sometimes, let's say if he's actually dating that girl and she's going on dates with him or whatever, she might end up being the type of chick who sort of like, you know, takes him for granted, probably disrespects him. He's on some sim shit, and he continues to see her and still like put up with that. Now, guy B, he's constantly, you know, talking to different girls, and he has no problem kicking a girl to the curb. So now what that does is that it makes him, whenever he talks to any other new girl, he has the energy of, I can take you or leave you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then that's what makes the girls be like, damn, like this guy, what's up with this dude? Like, he's not sweating me like all these other guy A's try to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he's not sweating me like these other simps out here. So what happens is that you have no problem kicking her to the curb. And then at the same time, that's what makes her really be feeling you, because you're not the type of guy who's sweating her and who's doing this and doing that. See, the guy A, he's calling this one girl, pretty much all week, right? Guy B, he calls one girl maybe once, twice a week, because he has 5, 6 other girls he's calling. Do you understand what I'm saying? And
right.
So, and then he's always consistently kicking chicks to the curb and replacing them, kicking chicks to the curb and replacing them. So now what happens is that the value he doesn't value any one particular girl. You understand what I'm saying? And then so since he doesn't value any one particular girl, what happens is that he's not treating any of those girls, oh, she's special and all that other stuff. And then so that separates, him from most of these other guys who actually takes one girl and puts her up on the pedestal. Do you see what I'm saying? And so
right.
You have those two different dynamics of guys, and most guys, unfortunately, are like guy A. Do you see what I'm saying? And then what happens is that a lot of times when guys like guy A end up getting with a chick who's on some bullshit, a chick who's kind of whack, a chick who's sort of disrespecting him, he feels scared to kick her to the curb, because he feels like he had, it's a big loss. Like, I can't lose her, because who else I'm gonna get? I don't have anybody else. It's gonna be hard for me to get another girl. Versus the guy who's like, look, I don't give a fuck if I lose none of y'all, because I could get 10 more of y'all next week. You feel what I'm saying? And so that gives you a whole different vibe. That's like one of the things that I learned, because I was both guys. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm guy B now, of course, but I used to be guy A back in the day. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So This is what I'm telling you. And then when I switched it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to just keep talking to chicks. And whenever a chick is annoying me, whenever I don't feel like calling her, whenever I feel like kicking her to the curb, I'm just going to be like, fuck it. Like, you're done. You feel what I'm saying? And then so when I started doing that, I stopped putting women on a pedestal, and I stopped seeing them as this like super extra, valuable flower that I have to like cultivate and make sure this thing works, or else, everything's going to fall apart. You understand? Like, you don't look at it that way. You feel what I mean? And so I think guys need to understand sort of that aspect of, dealing with chicks and, knowing how to kick them to the curb and charge them to the game, because it's very powerful for you to be with a chick and then say, and even if she's hot, because I've been with chicks where chicks was hot as hell. I didn't even get to smash, but I was like, yo, I got to charge this chick because she acting up. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, she got to go.
And that's a big one. That's a big one right there, because a lot of dudes, they let their Mac ego or whatever it is.
Right, right.
It's like, man, I bagged this bitch and she's bad. I can't just charge her to the game.
Right.
She's bad and I really want to fuck this bitch.
Exactly.
And if I lose, it's like niggas is like, oh, if I lose her,
Mm-hmm.
I might lose her. If I stop calling her, I might lose her. Or if I charge her to the game, I might lose the opportunity to fuck her, or lose the opportunity to show up to the party with her on my arm because she's so hot.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
Right.
Nah, son. Nah, son.
Exactly.
You got to remember that the opportunity is hers. And
exactly.
If she don't look like she's valuing the opportunity to fuck with you, you gotta charge her to the game.
Exactly. I be trying to tell dudes this until I'm blue in the face. There's dudes that I talk to personally a lot where, I try to tell them like, yo, they come up to me, they be hit me up like, yo, man, this chick, I've been messing with her. And this goes with like, let's say you actually do start seeing the chick. Let's say like this is a chick you dating, right?
Right.
And so a lot of dudes, they hit me up, they be dating these girls, and these girls be straight on some bullshit. Like, they disrespecting them. They be flaking out here and there, doing all that goofy shit. Like, this dudes that tell me, yo, I've been seeing this girl for, 2.5 months. I still ain't hit it yet. I'm like, so why you still fucking with her? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what are you doing? Because this is what you gotta understand. Every minute that you're spending with that chick, you understand, is a minute you're not spending with a chick who could have been fucking you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is why you need to charge them to the game. See, when you have an abundance mindset, you're not worried about, oh, if I stop calling this girl, or if I, tell her like, hey, I'm really trying to fuck with you like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, it's your lack, the mindset of having lack is what keeps you holding on to any one particular girl. You understand what I'm saying? Also, a lot of dudes got to get it out their head of this special chick. Like, dudes be on that, oh, she's the one, and she's so, that's girly shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's girl stuff. Like saying,
right,
this is the one. You know why it's girl stuff? Because girls look at guys as the one, because women are looking for the one to marry. They're looking for the one to have kids with. They're looking for the one to take care of them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Dudes we not wired like that. We're biologically wired to spread our seed. So what the fuck are you talking about the one? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What are you talking about?
For a team, at least.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The one, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, so, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so then when dudes have that mentality, they're like, oh, I have to make this work with this girl, even if the shit is not even cool. Like, so I'm like, if you dealing with a chick and it's been 2-3 months and you still ain't hit it, y'all still ain't fucking, and you scared to kick it to the curb and charge that, then, that says something about your self-esteem. That says something about how you feel about yourself and in your situation in the game. That's not cool. You got to keep that moving. You feel what I'm saying? Because you charging her to the game, it frees you up. Do you understand what I'm saying? See,
right.
if you just sort of like, what am I trying to say right now? If you're sort of trying to hold on to to the chick, right? What it does is it doesn't give you that feeling of, I need to actually make moves to make something happen or to make something happen better for myself, because you always have that girl to fall back on. You feel what I'm saying? Because you say your man is be like, yo, dude, fuck that chick. You ain't hitting that. Just go and holler at these other chicks and kick it to the curb, right? So now, if you kick it to the curb, you're like, what's going to happen is that since she's not there, then you're going to have to talk to other women if you want something to go down, because by her always being there, you still have in the back of your head, well, maybe next week she'll give me some. Maybe next week we'll have sex. Maybe the week after. So now you're so busy hoping and praying it's going to work with this chick, and so that you don't really try to go out there and make something happen. But if you charge it to the game, then what's going to happen is she's not going to be there. So you actually have to go and do it. You feel what I'm saying? You have to do it. Like, you see what I mean? So you got to get out that fucking, because a lot of times these guys, they don't charge chicks to the game because they have the chick as a safety net. You feel what I'm saying? They're so used to it. And on top of that, they feel like they've invested so much time. Just like you said, you'd be like, oh, I got this girl, I already hollered at her, got a number, we've been talking, it's only a matter of time before shit pop off. And it's just like, nah, man, like, kick that chick to the curb heavy. Just tell her to go. Right. And so, I get questions where guys ask me, they say, like, so should you tell a chick you're going to stop seeing her, or should you just stop seeing her? You feel what I'm saying? And so, like, or should you should you just like not call her and ghost on her or whatever? You feel what I'm saying? Now, I would say if you're dating a chick, if you've been seeing a girl, like y'all been dating each other for a couple months and y'all converse every week or whatever, you could hit her up and be like, listen, this ain't working out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just call it a day, whatever. But if you just meet a girl, like if you meet a girl tomorrow and then you text her the next day and then she texts you, probably during that week, and then y'all go on like one date, and then you realize she on some bullshit, you don't need to call her and say nothing. Just you could just stop calling her. Now, if she keeps calling you, if she keeps calling you and you ain't really trying to fuck with her, just be like, look, yo, this ain't gonna work. I'll put your ass in the friend zone, and that's that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
That's a good question. Do I tell her?
Right. But again, see, it's like, guys, it's funny because to kick a chick to the curb and charge it to the game is almost blasphemy to dudes. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, what? Like, are you telling me to get rid of this vagina here, or the potential vagina that I can get? Are you crazy?
No, and that's another thing that's big too. Like even after you fucking a bitch, like sometimes you gotta charge a bitch that you already fucking. Like,
right. You know,
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
niggas is like, yo, like she's giving me the pussy. Like, why would I charge it to the game?
Right.
But sometimes, like you see, and that's a big thing about the like game and dealing with females and this and that. Like, there are a lot of times when you have to assess and reassess your situation at all times.
Right.
It's like a person who you have your career, so you're like an IT guy, and you get your Windows certification, to learn how to network Windows computers. But every couple of years, Windows computers, they make advancements, so you have to go and learn the new updates and all this shit. Like even on your phone updates all the time. If you got an Xbox or a PlayStation, the shit updates. Every time you buy a new game, you got to update and this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The point is, you have to reassess if the chicks the chick that you're dealing with or the chicks that you're dealing with. Yeah, sometimes you got to reassess. Like, is she worth it? Like, is she bringing something to the table? Because the main part about it, you got to look at where you're going. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Right.
You have to know. That's why it always comes back to you, and the truth is inside you, and understanding what you're doing with your life. And if these chicks are in line with that, then you can keep fucking with them. But if you realize that they're actually keeping you away from something that's important, that's when you know you got to charge it. And don't be afraid to charge it, even if she's good and bad, even if she does this and she does that. But if it's something else that she's doing that is a major deterrence to your purpose, then you got to charge her no matter what. Right.
Nah, it's true. And the thing is, like, you charging a chick sometimes also has to do with you basically bringing yourself to a different level of the game. Meaning,
exactly.
Right, because you probably messing with a chick who it's probably some chick you dealing with who y'all fuck buddies or whatever, and she's cool, but you might not be that attracted to her. You understand what I'm saying? You're not really feeling her like that. And you, in the back of your head, you're like, I really want to start fucking with hotter chicks. You feel what I'm saying? I want to fuck with chicks that got some more shit going on. Now, by you sticking with this girl, right? Again, like I was saying earlier, it's that safety net. So now you're going to be like, you're going to be with your boys and be like, yo, let's go out and holler at some chicks. Let's do this, do that. You're going to be like, I don't really feel like doing it right now. And then you're just going to fall back into falling on that average pussy. You feel what I'm saying? So now you're not moving in the direction you want to move into because you're afraid to charge that chick to the game. And again, you need to charge her so that you have that clean slate. Like you have no choice but to go out and do what you got to do to get the shit popping for you. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times by not charging these chicks, this is why niggas be getting into marriages and getting into these relationships they don't want to be in. Because they didn't have the heart to charge the chick to the game. You know what I'm saying? This is why dudes be meeting chicks in fucking high school and college, and then they end up getting with the chick, and they're like, "Damn, I know I should have just, stopped seeing her." But then they end up keep seeing her. Next thing you know, she's his girlfriend. He's like, "Damn, I should just, dump this chick," but then he doesn't, and then he ended up being his wife. He's like, fuck, I should just, like he just kept going. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, if you don't charge him, you're gonna put yourself in a situation where you don't need to be. Like, I remember, I think it was Louis C.K. He had a comedy special. He was talking about that, something like that. He was like how he was with his girl. And he was like, damn, he was like, every day he was like, damn, I should leave. Right. And then he said, then I ended up getting her pregnant. And he was like, damn. He's like, then when I got her pregnant, I was like, damn, I could have left. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like, that's what happens.
So real shit.
You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, sometimes you gotta break shit down to build it back up.
Exactly.
You gotta break, like you gotta. Even if you got a team, you got a badass team. Sometimes you gotta like, nah, we gotta clean house.
Exactly.
To take it to where we really want it to be, because it's in an all right place now, but I see that things are limited. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I gotta clean the slate and then start in the correct direction so we could do what we really trying to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's real talk. Like, so, you guys, you can't be scared to charge these chicks to the game. Don't be scared to like, oh, well, if I kick it to the curb, I'm not going to have any, joints popping. But see, use that as motivation. You understand? Because you want to have that to where you're like, okay, well, now I got to go and do what I got to do and get shit going on. You feel what I'm saying? But in the long run, it's going to work out better for you because now you're not giving yourself any, sort of safety nets, you understand, to fall back on if you're trying to, up your shit. And also too, when you got to understand that some girls that you're dealing with, you need to charge them because if they're bringing bullshit to your life and they're bringing all this negative energy, they need to go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know dudes that stick with chicks who be, fucking stalking them and fucking keying up their car. And I'm like, why are you still with this chick? Like, what are you doing? You feel what I'm saying? Like get her out of here. You feel what I mean? Like call it a day with that chick. Heavy. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all. So, you gotta, just keep that fucking moving, man, for real. So, don't be scared of that shit.
With that, a lot of dudes are afraid of the work.
Right, exactly.
I've heard that before, like, because I got a friend that the nigga's married to his chick, and she's all right now, I guess.
Right.
Although he don't really, he kind of keeps shit secret. Like, he don't really tell me a lot.
Right.
Because their relationship is weird. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga, he married the chick, and it's like, I asked him one day, I was like, my nigga, like, all this shit is going down, like, a lot of fucked up shit going on. Why are you still with her?
Right.
Nigga said straight up and down, I'm too lazy to go back out there and try to find me another bitch.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, this chick is, and she's not perfect, but, it's all right. It's okay enough. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga just basically got married, and I'm like, wow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Man. Like, it's crazy. That's what happens.
It is crazy.
That's what happens, man. So, you guys, don't be scared to charge these chicks to the game, man. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We are done. You got anything else to say, Miles, before we get out of here?
www.badboymembership.com, www.undeniablegame.com.
Exactly. Make sure you guys go and join the membership. You feel me? All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. We will talk to you guys later. We are out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We are gone. Later.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.